Hello and welcome to this on-demand webinar. My name is Jesper and today I am joined by Elena from Shipmondo. We're going to go through how we make shipping simple in Business Central in the collaboration with Shipmondo. Today's agenda, we're going to briefly talk about XtensionIT, then we're going to talk a little bit about Shipmondo, which Elena is going to handle. Then we're going to briefly walk over how the integration between Business Central and Shipmondo works with Tasklet as well. And then we're going to dive into a demo, and then we're going to briefly, at the end, round off by looking at why you should choose Shipmondo as your multi-carrier platform. And a little bit about our speakers today. I'm joined by Yelena. Could you briefly introduce yourself, Yelena?
Yes, of course. My name, as you can see on the screen, Jelena, and I'm partner manager here at Shipmondo, which means that I have daily contact with both our partners and our customers.
Perfect. And my name is Jesper, and I am the primary consultant for XtensionIT on our Shipment Connector product, and also the product owner. So just briefly about XtensionIT, we are an ISV that makes applications for Business Central predominantly. We specialize in developing solutions and solutions that aim to enhance the user experience and fill out the gaps in Business Central, which it cannot handle on its own.
Shipmondo as a company got founded back in 2014 under the name of Pakkelabels.dk. We changed our name to Shipmondo in 2019, and we launched our efforts internationally at the same time. Today, we're present throughout Scandinavia and we're expanding to other European countries. And what we specialize within is automating logistics and shipping management for businesses of virtually all sizes. Platform connects multiple carriers, integrates seamlessly with e-commerce, ERP, and accounting systems, and brings all shipping, order handling, and returns into a single platform. We have strong focus on automation, scalability, and customer experience, which I'm going to tell you a bit more about a bit later. And we have our main focus on helping our customers saving time, reducing errors, and creating a seamless omni-channel journey for their own customers as well. And now a little bit about Shipmondo as a product. Our primary function, of course, is being a TMS partner, which means that we help our customers streamline their shipment booking flow. And to date, we have integrations to over 80 different carriers. This library, of course, is expanding on a daily basis. And we manage all sorts of transports, everything from B2C, B2B, all different types of transportation, road, sea, air, whatever the carrier and the customers require. This means that both export and import shipments are managed through our system. And wherever possible, we manage electronic customs documentation for the customers. And of course, different types of transport, they require different documentation. In some cases, dangerous goods need to be transported, and we make sure to generate all the documents that are needed for this type of transport. Aside from the TMS part, we also focus on the online shopping experience that our customers are able to offer their end users. Some of the solutions that we've developed over the years are, among others, delivery checkout, which makes it possible for our merchants to create and manage their delivery methods on their web shop. They're able to offer possibilities of choosing the preferred pickup point. Then when the order is managed, of course, some sort of notification with track and trace information can be sent through our platform as well. And here we support a custom domain, making it possible to send notifications without showing that it's Shipmondo behind it, but the merchant can send emails through their own domain. And of course, whatever one sends out, there might be a risk of it having to be sent back. And we offer a return portal that can be set up and linked to from a home page. So the return process is automated as well. And it gives valuable insight into return reasons and solutions, making it possible to make smart decisions based on the actual data.
Yeah, nice. And then onto a little bit about the integration between Business Central and Shipmondo. Through this growing partnership that Yelena and I have been sort of briefly talking about, we obviously have this integration which makes the functionality that Yelena just spoke about available in Business Central directly. So while it focuses more on the shipping side of things, it aims to sort of optimize those warehouse processes that you find inside Business Central, and it sort of integrates this whole shipping part that Yelena spoke about before. So it allows us to make the via Shipmondo the shipments directly in Business Central something that it doesn't have the ability to do by default. So by using Shipmondo, we we can use their API and then book all the shipments through their carrier network to that specific and specified carrier that the end users may have. And when we do this, we obviously get the label printed to the designated label printer that is used, and all of the track information that we get in return inside Business Central as well. And we make sure that we keep this track of all of these outbound shipments on our track and trace page. And then Yelena mentions also, customs handling and dangerous goods handling for specified shipments, which are more complex in nature. Those functionality and the ability to create perform invoices and create the ADR documentation that's necessary for these specialized shipments, that's also available inside Business Central. But we'll get back to that once we get to the demo in a little bit. Then before we move on to the demo itself, I just want to quickly mention for those of you who are familiar with Tasklet, or perhaps for those who are not familiar with Tasklet, that all of this functionality and the integration between Business Central and Shipmondo also works seamlessly with Tasklet's pack and ship module, which enables you to book the shipments directly from the handheld scanners. So now we're going to jump into the demo. So we're going to quickly switch the screen. Right, so onto the first example that we have, which is just how you ship normally in Business Central. The process of shipping in Business Central comes at the end of your process in the warehouse. So this is, right at the end of your picking process where you picked everything for the order and you've put it into your shipping area. And now you'd like to get your parcel slip, the posted sales shipment in Business Central, and you need, the amount of labels that you've packed the items for. So what we've introduced on the various document types in Business Central is this waybill. And the waybill contains all the shipment information that you need. It's got the shipping agent, shipping agent services. It's got the references. It's got, receiver descriptions. It's got pickup time and all of that you need for that. So in this case, where we just have a domestic shipment, Denmark to Denmark, for instance, we start with the shipping agent and shipping agent services. For those who know or are familiar with Business Central already, the choices of agent and agent service that comes from the customer card, and our waybill also inherits these choices when a order is made with the selected customer, be that a web shop order or a order like this one, which is just created. The choices are, the waybill always fills the choices or follows the choices on the standard fields in Business Central. So do you change the agent there? It's going to also change on the waybill. But if we focus on the process of the average warehouse worker, when they've picked everything for the order, then they can go to the waybill. They can go down and either select the shipping agent service if they want to, but they can just pick or insert the number of packages that they're going to ship in the outstanding packages field. I say 3, for instance, that's going to create the 3 waybill lines. And the waybill lines are where you enter the package data itself, the weight, the dimensions, the length, width, the height. And you can also change the package type if your carrier requires it. If you've got a carrier that's shipping in pallets, they usually require you to notify them if it's a whole pallet, a half pallet, and what are the dimensions of it. We also support shipping with loading data. So if you do that, that's also possible. But once I've entered the 3 outstanding packages, I get 3 waybill lines that have the shipment stats of open. That means they're not yet transferred, and we're still working on them. And in a minute, we'll see when they start changing that shipment status. So even though we aim to fill in as much of the data on the waybill lines as possible with the weight and the dimensions, you can always change any of the fields on the waybill lines. So one of my packages might be 10 kilos, one might be 7, one might be 5, and then I could also change the dimensions if I wanted to. But once I am finished, I can go into Actions, I can go to Shipment, and I click Post Shipment. Now, Post Shipment here only posts the waybill and the waybill line data. If you want to, you can also consolidate this function in BC's standard posting algorithm. So you get a process where you get, the labels, the requested labels from us via Shipmondo, and we get the parcel slip or the posted sales shipment through Business Central. So we essentially get everything streamlined into one click of a button. But for the purpose of this, we're gonna do Actions, Shipment, and then Post Shipment. And that's gonna then transfer that data to Yelena and Shipmondo, and they're gonna transfer that to the carrier in question. So now you can see the shipment status on the waybill lines has changed from open to reserved, which means that the data is now in the Shipmondo portal, and we have all the tracking numbers, the unique tracking numbers for the 3 packages that we asked for. That's on the lines here. Then I can simply go to Post and ship an invoice. So now that sales order is gone, if we just go back to the roll center here, then once that order is posted, where do we sort of keep track of those outbound shipments? Well, as I mentioned earlier, we have a track and trace list, which you can find under the XtensionIT pane. And you can either search this up or you can find it here. And if you open this track and trace list, that will contain all of those shipments that we send out from Business Central. And on this page, we keep all the relevant information. So you receive a number and name. You've got the track and trace number, of course. You've got the external document number. You have the invoice. If I just scroll out a bit, you have the shipment number, which is your posted sales shipment. You have the invoice number as well for that. And that's, of course, updated. So if you don't, post and invoice your orders immediately, that'll update when it comes, when you get to posting. And then, of course, you can have an info box that you can turn on and off. And that just provides, an extra detail about that package itself. Now, in terms of functionality on the track and trace list, we can reprint labels from in here. If a label's gone wrong or it's missing or anything like that, then you can reprint it from here. And you can also track your package. So tracking the package, when we click that, that just simply takes you to the carrier's tracking page with the tracking number already inserted. So that's essentially how we keep track of all of the shipments inside Business Central that goes out of the system. So now, if we quickly look at how it works when we are shipping to a non-EU country, for instance, Norway, then let's take a look at the second example. Again, we have the waybill, we have the waybill lines. For this, we just have one package. But now, for the eagle eye viewers, you'd notice that on the waybill lines, we have a couple of functions down here. So for this, we're looking at the customs button down here. So when you've, in the same process, you picked your items, you're ready to ship this, you need your labels, you need the shipment booked for this Norway transport, or then you simply click the customs button, and then you click create customs lines, and that's going to get all of that data from your orders onto this page and this package customs page. And then what happens, Jelena, when we transfer this data with the shipment to you guys?
Yeah, so when we receive customs data from you guys through the API, we make sure to translate it and pass it on to the carrier electronically. And this means that whenever paperless invoice are allowed, we like finish it up that way. But if the carrier requires a physical printed customs invoice, we make sure to provide this one for printing as well.
Yeah, and like Yelena mentioned there as well, if the documents are required to have in hand by the carrier, we can print that as well at the same time through a setup in Business Central. So you are covered both ways. So that's essentially how you handle the customs. So you sort of let go of an entire workflow by using the system of Shipmondo. And when we send that customs data to them, and you can handle all of that paperless invoicing and all the custom shipment that way. And again, same process as before. You can post the weight bill, you can post it via the normal BC posting, and it will send that shipment as well. Now, if we look at how that would look if we're looking at a shipment that requires dangerous goods information, then again, we have our waybill with all the relevant information. We have the waybill lines, and next to the customs button, we have the dangerous goods button. And much alike the way that customs functions, we just have a dangerous goods page when you click that button. And the same process as before, you can just automatically create all of those dangerous goods lines and all of that data that you have on your items and your orders. It'll of course omit any item in the orders that don't have any dangerous goods stuff on it. So the UA numbers and the classification codes and all of that data set up. You can also pick individual lines if you want to. But again, once you click create lines and you're happy with what you're seeing, you can click escape. And then, Yelena, when we send a dangerous goods shipment to you, what happens then?
Yeah, well, basically the same thing that happens with customs is that we transfer the data to the carrier electronically, and we make sure to generate all the documents that are needed to accompany the shipment. And the beauty of this type of setup is actually that the warehouse personnel only needs to work in one system, being Business Central. They don't necessarily even have to know that it's Shipmondo who's standing behind and transferring data between BC and the carrier.
Perfect. And again, a lot of carriers might want to have the dangerous goods or ADR documentation in hand. That can also be provided both electronically. I think you do, right? You said
Yeah.
that like customs, but we can also have that printed because Shipmondo makes those relevant documents available to us for us to also print alongside the label.
Yeah.
But that's essentially the functionality and how it works inside Business Central. I think we're going to round up by just quickly looking at why Shipmondo is a good choice.
Basically, the points speak for themselves. um, Onboarding at our part is very fast and very efficient. You would start by creating a Shipmondo account on our homepage. Then you would request us setting up the agreements that you want to use through your Shipmondo account. This process takes approximately 1 to 2 working days tops. Mm, Aside from that, there's this fast process of connecting your Shipmondo account to your Business Central that Jesper just showed a bit earlier. And basically, you're ready to go. All of the development that we do in-house, which means that my colleagues are sitting right here outside the meeting room, and we are very fast and very committed to implementing as much as of the feedback that we get from our customers as possible. Of course, there's some planning that we need to do and so on, but we are very interested in developing the kind of solution that the most of our customers are going to be happy to use and be able to use many years in the future as well. A solution like ours gives you flexibility in choosing exactly the carriers that you need. Switching between the carriers is quite easy and seamless. It only requires us setting up those agreements that you need and some setting up in Business Central. And of course, the prices are not something that is insignificant in this matter. We have very transparent and competitive pricing with built-in volume discounts, which means that the more shipments and the more labels you print, the cheaper it gets. And of course, the last point that I have here, I'm going to let stand for itself. That's a testimonial from one of our customers. So yeah, I think that would be it for me this time. And of course, if there are any questions or any concerns, feel free to contact either me or our customer service for help.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Elena. Another testimonial to Shipmondo is also the fact that we hear from our partners how easy it is to connect with Shipmondo and how easy it is to get that into Business Central. It's a matter of hours when you want to set this up in terms of getting that data in to Business Central and have it working. So it's not an understatement. But yeah, if there are any questions, feel free to contact us. But other than that, I think we'll round off by saying thank you so much for watching out there.
Have a good one.
Have a good day.